Welcome back, it's Melanie, or She Shed Scrapper. So today I am back with a one-page layout using the Abigail collection from Felicity Jane. I am going to be documenting Mother's Day from last year. And Mother's Day last year, from morning to evening, looked completely different. So the picture on the left, I am home with my boys, and the picture on the right, I am in Florida with the girls. Same day, but yeah, different locations. I decided that I was going to kind of, I guess I cut it 11 by 11. That's going to be kind of the base, and then I'm going to add to it. And I like to kind of keep that by itself when I am adding things to it. It just makes trimming it a lot easier. So the piece on the top is a scrap piece, and you can see that it's ripped. I could have easily lined it up one edge to the next, but the way that it was ripped, I kind of wanted that middle section more so than the thinner outer sections. And so I used that and cut off both of the ends, added the heart paper across the bottom there, and then because that top is ripped a little bit, I wanted to incorporate a ripped paper somewhere else as well, just so it didn't look out of place. So I am going to add another strip of paper on the layout as well. I did decide to actually just kind of tuck in the right-handed picture, tuck that under the top, and then add the picture on the left on top and back that one, double back that one. I did want a separation piece between the white background and then the pattern paper I'm going to use for my border. And so with the Felicity Jane collections, they do include a couple of plain colored pieces of paper as well. And so I kind of knew that yellow was going to be my separation piece, but the backside was that really pretty, oh, I don't know what you want to call it. It's almost like the color of my shirt. It's not really dusty rose is what we'll call it. How's that? So I used that because it complemented my shirt really well. Here's that ripped piece. Instead of placing it all the way across the layout, I just used the edges. And just saved it. Felicity Jane, unfortunately, is no longer selling any of her collections. And so when I can save some papers for another layout, I try to do that. So everything's kind of coming together. That's kind of the base now I wanted to use one of the journaling cards because, again, my Mother's Day looked a little bit different with it being in two different places on the same day. And so I added that journaling card to the bottom. It's kind of like a word bubble. And so I'm going to kind of cover up that little part that is the word bubble. I don't know, the part that comes down. I'm going to cover that up with an embellishment because I don't feel like I have it placed the right way. If that makes sense to be used as a word bubble. I don't know. That's just my thinking, I guess. So I am using this beautiful floral paper for the background. I think I cut it too small. I don't know. I've done so many layouts where I kind of border it. And one of them I remember, I cut the base page a little bit smaller than normal. But when I gutted the border paper, I kept it the same. And so it was really hard to tape the two together. And now I can't remember if this was the one or not. So I have these felt, we'll call them daisies, I guess. They are actually from a different Felicity Jane collection, but match that border paper perfectly. And I wanted to include at least one of them. I have 2 packs of them. When they were going out of business, I stocked up a lot. So I have 2 packs of those felt daisies. So I added one to the journaling spot. I don't think that completely covered up. Maybe that covered up that little spot I wanted. But you see on that journaling the border is wider on the left-hand side than the right-hand side. And so I kind of wanted to cover a majority of that up as well. So it kind of looked more even, or try to make it look more even. I did end up buying the alpha that goes with this collection, and so I figured kind of that spot to the right there was perfect for a title, Mother's Day 2023. That worked out nice, and it matches, like I said, because it belongs to the collection, but matches perfectly. With the Felicity Jane embellishment packs, they include like girls in all of them, and I don't always use them. They are hard for me to use. So I did challenge myself. This one had flowers in her hand, and I thought it would work nicely, I guess, with this layout. I do struggle sometimes using the Felicity Jane collections because there are so few embellishment options. So this is one that I did kind of struggle a little bit. I liked the flowers at the top right with the ticket behind it. And then I brought in a flare from Scrap and Happy Studio and included that up there as well. And then added the girl to the left-hand side, and then added some like embellishment. So that heart and a butterfly, and I added the butterfly to the bottom cluster. I felt like that larger butterfly helped kind of fill in that space a little bit more. And then because I added that kind of circle heart at the top, I felt like I kind of needed it somewhere else. So I play around with placement a little bit. And I guess I do decide to add one to the title. I have these enamel dots too, and just don't end up using those. But you can see I'm really trying to get the tape off, and I think this must be the layout that I cut it just too small, I think. So I'll have to go through and make sure all the tape is kind of rubbed off. But yeah, I hope you guys enjoyed this layout. Unfortunately, like I said, Felicity Jane is out of business, so I can't give you guys links. But I hope you guys enjoyed this layout, and we will see you next time. Bye, guys.